name is Adam, and welcome to Driven Nashville. Very grateful to have you here. If you're new to the channel, we produce weekly enthusiast-driven car content, mostly car content anyway, and today we're talking about the new Bronco. Now this is the one you're probably going to want if you are an enthusiast. This is in Cyber Orange Metallic. This is the Wildtrak edition of the vehicle. Now, a ton of different packages you can get on the Bronco, everything from the base package, which starts just under $30,000, all the way up to the first edition, which is over $60,000. This is pretty much a top spec car for the Wildtrak, which means it comes with the 17-inch wheels with the 35-inch tires. It comes with upgraded shocks, which you'll see right here. It comes with the full metal bumper. It comes with the increased engine. They make a 2.3 liter and they make a 2.7 liter. This makes 410 pounds of torque and about 310 horsepower. It is unusual, I want to make sure I say this, is it's all open, there's no plastic cover, and you'll notice that all through here and into the fenders is just mesh. It's the weirdest thing. So if you're off-roading in a pretty heavy and serious way here, and you're going over sticks and things that are sharp and big rocks and you're flinging them, I think you might have a problem potentially by damaging some of the interior components of the engine compartment, potentially. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned that. One of the neatest parts about the new Bronco, you have the side step here, but you can remove all of these panels. You can take these two panels off, you can take the rear panel off. And I wanted to open this so you could see when you do remove that, this is a really cool design feature of the vehicle. So you can actually see you'll have these back areas exposed so it can be completely opened, and I think in summertime it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And you can also fold the seats down here as well. Might as well mention that. You just pull this strap right here, this folds up and then pushes down. So you actually get a very practical vehicle at that stage. I love the design language. You do have the Wildtrak sticker here. You also have the Wildtrak sticker here. You have this kind of two-tone. And I love the design language with the headlights here. These light up, they're all LED. You can change, you can make this body color match. This one's in white. Now the sticker, which I'm gonna go ahead and show right here on the screen, this car is $54,500 or something like that. So it's right under $55,000. I gotta say, right now, I gotta talk a little bit about the values of these vehicles. This particular car is going aftermarket, meaning it's going, right now retail, if you can get one, it's going for $20,000 to $25,000 over MSRP. So that means that this $55,000 car is actually worth today $75,000 to $80,000. I don't know if that's COVID pricing. I don't know if it's because interest rates are so low. I don't know if it's chip shortages or the fact that this car is just really in demand, but I think it's crazy in some capacity. However, if you did get this one for MSRP, you essentially got a free car. You can drive it around for free and sell it and make a profit, which is kind of neat. Notice there's no fuel cap filler here, so if you're doing a lot of heavy off-roading, you potentially could get some debris in there, which is kind of interesting. And one of the things that they've fixed with this particular vehicle anyways is they put sound dampening material here. A lot of the reviews that I've watched, especially on the four-door version with the removable hardtop, have had horrible rattling issues. I am going to do a point of view drive here, but I will tell you that I haven't noticed any of those. Now you can get the upgraded interior packages in the Badlands editions, but the Wildtrak edition is more of an off-road spec, so you do get cloth seats. You do get the Bronco here. All this is soft plastic. These doors, I believe, are removable. But you don't get any speakers here for that reason, and it's one simple connection point. So yes, that's kind of neat. And the design language here, you have a step-up kind of pull right here. In the inside here, there's really not that many frills about it. Got a nice center console here. Here's how you change your different modes. Go ahead and turn the vehicle on real quick. Starts off very quiet, has the traditional Ford sounding start to it. Modes with this little knob right here. It's got some very interesting graphics too, you'll notice. Notice Eco kind of shows a cool planet, and then Sport, let me show you Sport real quick. Yeah, hold on. It has a burning planet. Yeah, look at that. That's a really interesting note. that I noticed on the way over here. But you do have, I think, 6 different modes. You have slippery, mud, you got sand, Baja. You have a 12-inch touchscreen here, which is part of one of the upgrade packages, part of the Wildtrak package. You have the ability to do your differential here, so you have your selecting lock differential. Basically this is off-road use only. You can see the graphics change here. Here you also have the Bronco. It says Ford in Dearborn, Michigan, built at the Michelin assembly plant. So that's kind of a nice little design language. You can charge your phone here. You do have some grab handles. I gotta say, I mean, this does have a little bit of a wiggle to it. Same with this. I mean, it doesn't necessarily feel like the most planted thing here, but the design of the car, while it's not necessarily wrapped in leather or anything, it is still very cool and modern, and I like it. You gotta kind of give it a good, you gotta pull it forward. There you go. You gotta pull this all the way forward and then it slides up. So if you want to get back here, again, I'm 6 feet tall. I could do it, but it's not exactly going to be easy. So let's try it right now, shall we? All right. This does have, as you'll see in the window sticker here, the mats. Now, when I'm back here, I've got about 3 inches here, plenty of headroom here. I've got a cup holder back here. I can rest my hand here. But again, I mean, all this is just plastic, right? I've got no center to rest my hand here. So no real frills back here. However, if I move the seat back, I've got plenty of room. So this is absolutely a 4-seating car. And frankly, if you had this removed, you had the top removed, it's a summer day, this car would be a whole lot of fun. And frankly, I'm reviewing the car in December because it just got delivered to the dealership. In the end of the day, we're not going to be taking everything off when it's 50 degrees and been raining like the last 4 days in a row. However, just wanted to share with you guys, if it's summertime or come spring, this vehicle is going to be totally awesome. All right, guys, let's go for a drive, shall we? All right, so driving the 2021 Ford Bronco Wildtrak package. All right. I got to say the car is very, very quiet. You do sit up quite high, as you can see. I've got the windows down right now just because I wanted you to try to hear the engine a little bit and whatnot. Now that I'm going slow, roll the windows up here just a little bit when we get onto the main road. But it definitely is a fun car to drive just because of how high you sit up. You can absolutely hear the turbochargers. And the visibility is absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's a really nice cockpit. It's very open. It's got great visibility. You feel somewhat like the king of the world with these big 35-inch tires. You got a great view. I also like that you can see the tie-down bars up there. Kind of gives it a cool menacing look. This is the heaviest mode. It's not the heaviest steering I've ever felt. It feels good though, I gotta say. There's not much give or play in the steering wheel. So pretty much, I wouldn't say it's right on rails. Not exactly a sports car, but it feels good. It's comfortable, and it's got it's got independent suspension. So it's not like the Wrangler, which has a solid front axle. So I think you're going to find this car to be a little bit more comfortable on the highway. It doesn't quite track as much as maybe some of the competitors out there. The car is really quiet, idling. I've got the automatic engine stop turned off. I've never been a fan of that feature. But overall, it's a pretty quiet cabin. I mean, you literally can barely hear the engines on. The stock exhaust is very, very quiet from the factory. And you can hear definitely hear the turbocharger. It's actually fairly loud. There's no blow-off sound or anything like that, but this car's turbocharged if you're a car guy. I will say that it's pretty peppy. It's got 400 plus pounds of torque. I think it's 410, 300 horsepower. So it definitely has a really good low-end grunt. I think the towing capacity of this vehicle is 3,500 pounds. So, it can be used to tow the boat or something to the lake. But overall, you know, it's pretty solid. I'm enjoying driving it. I think if you've got the top removed, you've got the side panels off, yeah, I mean, this thing is going to be a hoot. You know, it's pretty much going to be like driving a convertible. It's going to be open air. It's going to be a fun vehicle, you know. A lot of impressions just driving it around here. I'm seeing a lot of necks, and it's going to get a lot of attention. I mean, this color, especially being cyber orange, is quite flat. You know, it's quite flashy. It really is. It's very much in your face. Here, going up this hill here. I mean, that's like 75% throttle. I mean, it's punchy. Yeah, it's got plenty of power. The 10-speed, it's got a 10-speed transmission. I mean, I think 10 speeds are more or less pointless. That's more of a personal opinion. You really don't feel, I mean, what is the point of going beyond 7, in my personal humble opinion? But they put the 10-speed in it. It does shift very smooth. You're not going to really notice the first, second, third, fourth, fifth shifts. Yeah, you notice it shifting, but it's almost as good as any of the dual clutches out there. So from that point of view, it's very livable. Again, it's a good powertrain. I wish it came with the V8, and I also wish that you could have gotten a manual. Unfortunately, right now, if you want to get the larger 2.7 liter 6-cylinder, you have to get the 10-speed. There is not an option to get the manual. The manual only comes with the 2.3 liter currently. Why? I don't know. The 2.3 liter is also a 4-cylinder, not a 6-cylinder. I'm not really sure why Ford did that. You know, with the Jeep Wrangler, you can get the 392, right? It's got the Hemi V8. So my gut tells me that they're going to come out with an SV, you know, some type of a special vehicle division, you know, version of this car, and or they're going to come out with some type of a 5.0 Coyote, you know, engine, or maybe even give you the 3.5 liter EcoBoost that's in the Ford Raptor. I think that would be a really good move for Ford to offer a more robust power plant that offered better towing and more performance. And if they offered it with the 6-speed or a 7-speed manual like they have, that would be a huge winner, I think, for a lot of the car guys out there. I know that would be the one that I buy. Having said that, is the 10-speed bad? Is the 2.7 liter bad? No, it's plenty of power for your daily commutes. You know, I will say the brakes, they feel pretty darn good. They are, you know, adequate for the car. Brake feels pretty good. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a good noticeable dip when you are hard on the brakes on this car. So just keep that in mind. It does have a, you know, pretty good suspension travel. The suspension feels pretty, it feels good. I mean, you do notice a lot of the bumps, but it is comfortable. I think you're going to have, you know, a fine time driving most of your daily commutes with this. It doesn't really beat you up. You know, obviously it's more of an off-road suspension, so you do feel a lot of the bumps in the road. You know, you are going to feel a lot of the gyrations and whatnot. But overall, I don't think you're going to find it to be uncomfortable by any means. Fuel economy for this car, I think you're going to get around 17 to 18 miles a gallon. And now that I'm going over 50 miles an hour, I did want to point out that you are going to get quite a bit of wind noise in this car. I think you're going to get around 75 to 80 decibels on the highway. I'm not going to have an opportunity to take it on the highway here, but I will get it up to speed here for you. You can hear the tires now. You can hear the wind noise. So again, if you're taking a long road trip with this car, the overall noise factor, you know, if you're trying to talk to your wife, yeah, you could do it, but you're going to have to speak up. Overall, though, I think where this car shines, no doubt about it, is just taking all the panels off and just enjoying it for what it is, right, which is a Bronco. I want to thank you all for watching this review on the Wildtrak Edition Bronco, the 2021 Bronco. Really appreciate you guys checking out the channel. Please subscribe, share this with any friends you think might enjoy the content. You know, to sum up the car, I like it, you know, I do. I think for a 2.7 liter engine with the 410 pounds of torque, it's got good get up and go. I love the way it looks. You know, since I've been recording this, we've had multiple people come over. I've had now 2 separate couples that have literally driven by and stopped and gotten out and taken pictures of it. So no doubt about it, this car is gonna get you a lot of attention. It's definitely one of the hotter cars on the market. I love the way it looks with the 35-inch wheels. I like the way that it drives because it has independent front suspension. I like the shocks on it. I like the way that the interior is designed. I think it's modern. It's a modern take and interpretation on the Bronco. That's probably one of the reasons why this car is going $20,000 to $25,000 over MSRP. It's just a cool package. And I'm telling you, in the summertime, when you can take off these and really open it up, like I showed you in the first few clips, I think it's just gonna be such a cool vehicle to, you know, take your wife out and take your friends out in, and yeah, it's gonna be great. As long as it doesn't rain, this thing's gonna be a hoot. So overall, I like it. I think it's a very, very cool looking vehicle. I think it's something different on the market. I think it's gonna be a big hit. I think they're gonna sell every one of these that they can produce for the foreseeable future. If you're lucky enough to get your hands on one of these, especially in cyber orange, you know, now that the sun's come out, I mean, this metallic paint is awesome. It's never gonna pick up on camera. I mean, it should almost be called a yellow and not orange, because it definitely looks more yellow in the shade. In the sun, it starts to look orange, but it still, to my eyes, has more of a yellow tone to it. But it still looks awesome. It's such a cool looking vehicle. So anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed the content. I really appreciate your support of the channel. Thank you so much. You know, it's been a passion project since 2017. Once again, want to shout out and big thanks to Direct Auto of Tennessee. They've been an awesome partner of ours for some time now. We love working with those guys. If you're interested in the vehicle, you better contact me as soon as possible, because I'm pretty sure this car is going to go wholesale to another dealer, and then they'll go ahead and retail it. But if you are interested in paying retail and you want to get your hands on it, I mean, it's literally a brand new car. It's got 180 miles on it. You know, go ahead and message me. If the car's still here, I'll connect you with the dealership. But most likely this one is going straight wholesale probably this week. Thanks again for watching. It's such a pleasure having you, checking out the content. Really appreciate it. We will catch you on the next one. The last clip here will be a drone flyaway. And that's it for me, guys. You guys have a great New Year's. I'm probably gonna be posting this right after New Year's, so have a successful 2022, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video. Talk to you later.